Okay, very good morning, my dear children. How are you all? I hope you all are safe and fine. Let us begin with the fourth chapter. Tick, tick, tick. As this word suggests, it is all about time. Over here, let us read the story before starting with the chapter. I have to walk for 5 minutes to reach school. I just walk for 2 minutes to reach school. Impossible, your home is farther from school. But I checked my watch. I start for school at 7 o'clock. When I reached school, the minute hand points at 2. So shouldn't it be 2 minutes past 7 or 7:02? You are wrong. You reached school at 7:10. Now here the girl is very confused. How? Can you see these thin lines between the numbers? Yes, so what? The minute hand moves across 10 lines after 12, so it is 10 minutes past 7 or 7:10. I start for school at 7. I reach at 7:05. See, the minute hand moves across 5 lines. Now what is all this all about? So in your previous grades you have understood how to calculate time, how to count the minutes and how to count the hours. So over here this boy who's saying that he takes 5 minutes to reach school, whereas the girl says that she takes just 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, maybe she thinks it is like cooking Maggie food. But here the boy then explains it to her that in a clock there are thin lines. Those thin lines represent minutes. If you will see how we are supposed to count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just count those as minutes. So I'll give you one trick. Just take the table of 5. If the needle is at 1, okay, you can say that it is 5 minutes past. And if the minute needle is at 2, you can say that 10 minutes are been passed. And if it is at the minute needle is at 3, you can say 15 minutes have been passed, and so on. So three friends read time from a clock. Who is right? So look over here. This 3 is the hour needle and this 12 is the minute needle. So is it 12:03, 12:15 or 3 o'clock? So absolutely correct. It is 3 o'clock. What about this? What do you think? What is the time right now over here? Come on, can you guess with the second and the third clock? Tell me. Yes, absolutely correct. It is 5:35 and it is 7:15. How it is 15? Because 5, 10 and 15. And how it is 35? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So over here, who is the one who's giving all the correct answers? Absolutely correct. It is Pinky. Now show the times in the clock. When we are talking about the time, how are we going to figure it out? So let us draw it. Now from this clock, can you tell me what is the minute and hand and what is the hour hand? Absolutely correct. The small needle is the minute hand, whereas the big needle is the hour hand. But is it just that's it? No. We also have the second hand. Second means the one needle which tells us about the seconds. So over here, what do you think is the time? 3. So is this correct representation? No. The hour hand will go exactly, in front of 3, and the minute hand will not go at 12. Instead, it will go at, now come on, how do we do it? 5 minutes have passed, 10 minutes have passed. So The big needle will be over here and the small needle will be over here. Okay, so here is the correct representation of the same. What about here? 6. Yes, small needle will be at 6. Whereas, what about the minute needle? If we're talking about 40. So, start from here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40. So, the minute hand will, will be at 8. तब हम बोलेंगे कि 6:40 हुआ है. Means it's 6 o'clock and 40 minutes. It is 6:40. How about this 4:45? So exactly 4 पे नहीं आएगा. Okay, 4 से थोड़ा सा आप R needle को नीचे कर सकते हैं. And 45, when we are talking about 45, if at 8 it is 40, so the minute hand will be at where? It will be at 9 to reach 45. The remaining 3 you're supposed to practice on your own. This chapter has a lot of things which you have to do on your own. Okay, like do you like sky watching? What is sky watching? Sky watching is when you are actually observing the sky. If yes, then this should interest you. At what time does the sun rise at your place and what time does the sun set? Does the sun rise and set at the same time every day? If you are unable to watch it, sky say, if you are unable to do it, if you are unable to look at the sky, if you don't get up that early in the morning, you can have a look in the newspaper and you will get the time of sunrise and sunset, every day. So this is what you can do. But I want you to observe it on your own. For one day, try to get up early in the morning and have a look at what time does the sun rise. Now look at the photo and guess the time at this place. You must have observed that during winter season, we find that it gets dark quite early as compared to summer season. So dear children, this photo was taken in Paris. In Paris, the sun sets after 9 p.m. at night during summer. Can you imagine? रात के 9 बजे के बाद वहां पे sun set होता है. This photo was taken at night. But in winter, it becomes dark by 4 o'clock in the evening. जैसे ही 4 बजे अंधेरा हो जाता है. तो क्या आप guess कर सकते हो ये कितने बजे फोटो लिया होगा? Try करो. Now, how long will it take the minute hand to move from it is 3:35 till 3:50? देखो dear children, अभी पिछले slide में I told you when we are 3:35 3:40 के लिए exact 3 में आप नहीं करेंगे, 3 से थोड़ा नीचे लेंगे our hand को. If you'll observe, you'll understand. I want you to observe the clock also for the same reason. So let us start counting. If it is 3 and the minute hand is at 7, so if you want, you can also, calculate quickly by multiplying it by 5. 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. But now over here, if you'll see the minute hand is at 10. So that goes around how much? 5 tens are 50. So can you, if this is 35, and this is 50, can you subtract and find out the answer? Or you can count it like this: 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So the answer you will get is 15 minutes. Now over here, let us try. It is 3:40 and it will be 4 o'clock. So after how many minutes will the clock strike 4? अभी 3:40 है. टेक इट एज एन एग्जाम्पल कि आपको पीटी पीरियड के लिए लेके गए हैं 3:40 को. बट सर ने कहा कि एट 4 o'clock वी हैव टू गेट बैक टू द क्लासरूम. सो हाउ मेनी मिनट्स यू विल गेट टू प्ले? Exactly, so you have to calculate that. So let us do it with the shortcut. 5, 10, 15, 20. So you will get 20 minutes. What about this? It is 6:05 and by 6:15 we have to calculate how many minutes have passed. So let us try 5, 10. So 10 minutes is it? What about this? From 7:10 till 7:45. So start calculating 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and 35. So we have 35 minutes जिसमें 7:10 से 7:45 तक 35 minutes पास होते हैं. Okay. Now draw where the hands will be 20 minutes after 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock means this is somewhere the timing. So how much would it be? 6:20. So no, just give me a minute. I'm using the laptop, so it gets little difficult to sketch it using the arrow keys. So 20 and 6. This is the correct representation. Can you do this? 10 minutes after 7 o'clock means 7:10. 30 minutes after 8 o'clock means 8:30 and 15 minutes after 5 o'clock means 5:15. So try it. How long does your school assembly take? Now you have to remind your normal school days. How long was your lunch break? How long was your games period? Is it same as the other periods? Yes, it is same as the other period. But we like to enjoy and have fun a lot. And that is why we can, we think that games period we get very less. But overall, all the lectures have the same duration. How many minutes can these activities take? Make a guess and then check at home. Now, whenever Mama is boiling 1 liter of milk, I want you to put a timer. Or if you cannot put the timer, check the starting. As soon as Mama turns on the gas, तभी time देखो. और जब दूध boil हो जाएगा, milk boil हो जाएगा, तभी time देखो. और वो time यहाँ पे आप textbook में लिखेंगे. Same goes with filling a bucket. Now see, filling a bucket, it takes, it will be different. It depends on the size of the bucket. It also depends on the speed of water. As you have observed, जब भी पानी का time आता है, like everybody must be having some proper time जब, water comes in your house. Otherwise we store it in the tank. We have studied this in 3rd standard. So तभी आप 2 टाइम ऑब्जर्व करेंगे. एक बार जब पानी आता है और स्पीड कितना होता है पानी का, और नॉर्मल टाइम में स्पीड कितना होता है. And you will let me know if the speed is varying or the speed is the same of the water. So you will write it over here. And sweeping your room. Also, this is also dependent on how big your house is. If your house is very big, then it will take some time. So आपको कितना time लगता है? आप जब भी broom उठाएंगे, तभी clock को देखेंगे, फिर sweep करेंगे, फिर पूरा डस्ट को आप जब डस्ट पैन में उठा के डस्टबिन में पुट करेंगे, you'll wash your hands and then you will check at the time कि कितना time हुआ है. So now do it yourself. Try with your siblings. Now this is also one activity which I want you to do. In 1 minute, how many times can you? This is called as snapping your finger, skipping a rope, jumping up and down. And this is one activity I want you to think of yourself. Maybe speaking non-stop, maybe doing push-ups. Here is another challenge for you. How long can you speak non-stop? How long can you stand on one leg and say ah without a break? How long do you take to run a 50-meter race? Collect 50 pebbles from the ground. Now don't go anywhere outside to do this activity.